Morning, Jim Distortion here, doing a daily short for Distortion's Got Issues in the studio. Somebody sent me a message asking me why I thought I had the right to tell people how to live. I'd never met this guy, I never talked to him before. But it's a valid point, and I'm not afraid to be criticised. I'm not afraid to be told I'm wrong. Like I've said all along, I want to be a conduit for conversation. This guy came at me with quite an aggressive stance, though, almost like I was to blame for something bad that had happened in his life. So I messaged him back saying, you have to remember, I'm not a life coach. I'm not telling you how to live. I'm providing you with opinions based on my life and my reflections and my ability to do what I do in the world. Expecting nothing from it, and probably, if nothing else, just to be another troll. And then it turned out this guy had a few problems in life. You know, he'd started a business, but he'd failed, and he'd lost everything. Now, the only trouble with that is I didn't tell anybody to go out, do it yourself, make it happen. I said, look at all the options, don't put your family in danger, and make sure that you're in a position to do what you need to do to make a business work. Now, also, it has to be said at this point, I don't know anything about the background of this guy apart from what I've talked to him about. Now, I'm not going to mention names or anything. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. But I've said I'm going to do a video about this and not mention anything, and he was fine with that. It all ended amicably, but it didn't start very well, in as much as that when you're accused of, you know, telling people how to live their lives, that's just a misconception of what I'm doing. If you don't understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, then don't watch. Turn off the video. Don't look on the internet for fast excuses to change your life around, because I will never give you that. Right? Everything that I've worked for is in jeopardy every single day. Right? I'm not being melodramatic, it's just the truth of the matter. You know, if people don't come through the door of the tattoo shop, we don't make money, we don't pay our bills. We go bust like everyone else. If I don't get any work from Metal Machine, yeah, or anything, then I don't pay the rent or pay the tool bills, and then that goes bust. The brutal fact of the matter is I spend every single day of my life making sure that I talk to customers, I do new things, I do promotion, I make sure that everything is in place, as well as doing the everyday mundane bookwork of my businesses. You know, no, I'm not the rock star in this equation. No, I'm not the talent. Yeah, but I have a function and I have a role. Now, I used to be somebody I'm not proud of as well. I used to be, I don't want to say the word criminal. I used to be a bad boy, as it were. You know, I used to be somebody who had a few issues with life. I was a drug addict. I was a loser. I was a waster. And I spiraled out of control because I didn't know how to stop it. Now, I'm not. And I've come through that. And if my videos can some way help or inspire or make somebody think about reality, then, you know, that's all good. But that's not why I'm doing this, I don't think. You know, I have no more right to tell anyone how to live than anybody else. But I do have an opinion, and I do have, hopefully, a way of portraying myself in such a way that I'm believable and credible, and maybe even know a few things, because I'm 45 years old and I've spent all the 45 years on this planet interacting in a social dynamic, yeah, building what I've got, losing everything that I had, yeah, and now I'm having to look at all of the reasons why I do these things and be very careful about what I say, because the brutal fact of the matter is that people are very dependent on others to tell them how to live their life and how to play the game of life. That's the mistake everyone makes. This isn't a game, life, okay? This is what you're living. Everyone says that the whole point of life is to be happy. That's nonsense. It's an idiosyncrasy. It's something that cannot be true. Life is something that has been given to you, and you could see it as a gift or whatever else you want to say in a simpering way. But what you have to understand is there is nothing written into the world that is going to provide for you and provide for your happiness apart from yourself. You know, happiness is an emotion that, you know, goes with everyone else. You know, anger, sadness, whatever. All of these feelings that drive your life, yeah, are all part of it. And anyone who walks around blissfully happy, smiling, the world's mine, blah, 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 is either very lucky, yeah, or deluded. Because life is a struggle, and it will be a struggle every single day. Blaming somebody else for your own circumstances is rubbish. Yeah, nobody forced me to take drugs. Nobody forced me to muck up what I was doing. Nobody forced me to try and take the easy route and do things in a criminal direction. Yeah, nobody forced me to do that. I did it. I come from a very nice background, very middle class. My dad's a vicar, you know, or was. You know, then he was a school chaplain. My parents are not to blame. I am to blame for my actions. I am to blame for all the mistakes I've made. So if you can learn something from my mistakes, then fantastic. If not, don't watch. Yeah, it's not about learning, is it? It's about everyone coming together and talking about their experiences. Because the experiences I've had are not the experiences that other gentlemen had. Yeah, it's not about me telling you how to live. It's about me telling you what I've lived through and how I've done it. Because if somebody finds themselves in that position, don't bear in mind, I wasn't a kid when I was spiraling out of control on drugs. You know, it's only 10 years ago. I was 35, between 30 and 35. You know, you have to remember the reality of that. Yeah, full-grown adult, able to make my own decisions and talk myself into any situation or talk myself out of it. Apparently, I didn't want to. Apparently, I decided that the better way to do things was to ruin everything. Well, in the last 7-8 years, I've tried my hardest to turn that around. And there are people who get in my way. There are people who think that their own agendas are more important than mine, and that's fair enough. Maybe they are. You know, everyone thinks they're more important than everyone else, and I've learned actually that I'm not more important than anybody else. I'm part of something. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is, and I said this to this man, I said, don't take my advice as a book for your life. Is take the bits that are relevant to you, anything that resounds or resonates, there we are, anything that resonates with you, and make something work for yourself. Now, I'm not backpedaling, and I will take full responsibility for my own actions. Therefore, I'm probably saying you should take responsibility for yours. If you want to carry on getting these videos and you like what you're seeing, subscribe down there, please. And there's another video up there that probably needs you to watch it too. So do that. I'll speak to you soon.